All right, so the last time I was on here, I said I was going to talk about more of the TV shows that I watched this year. When I was doing my painting video, I got so distracted that I just kept painting and I wasn't really getting in depth of the TV shows that I watched. When I was editing, I realized I never spoke about The Boys. Like, I never actually spoke about them. So we'll continue from there. The Boys. How to describe The Boys? There's a lot of TV shows. Now I'm looking at it. I watched a lot. I didn't number these, but it's a lot. The Boys was The Boys was and still is on Amazon Prime, and I was really excited for it when I saw the trailer in the spring. It's too short. It should have been longer, but I feel like my lens is dirty. How did that even happen? How did it even get dirty? I don't touch it ever. Because I was looking directly at it. I never really look at the lens. I should start doing that. It's a lot of TV shows. Shit. How to describe The Boys? The Boys is it's based on a graphic novel. I didn't know that when I first went into watching it. I saw the trailer and thought, this is awesome. This is brutal. This is like really like how Sin City novels used to be, like Frank Miller novels. And I was just like, this is going to be exciting. I know I'm going to enjoy this. And I did. And I can't wait for season 2. It's brutal. Like, I didn't think it was going to be that violent. I mean, I knew it, but when I actually watched it, it's like very over sexualized. They touch on, the Me Too subject. It's very adult humor. It's an adult show, obviously, but it's actually really funny too. And I enjoyed the characters, and I'm looking forward to season 2. So yeah, The Boys. Pretty much everybody this year was going off about how great Euphoria is, as if it's something we've never seen before. But I loved Euphoria too. It was, classic HBO greatness. HBO always produced great shit, except that one time, or maybe a couple times, but that one time that I know about. And I guess everybody was so surprised to see that side of Zendaya, I guess. But she's an actress, like, she's acting, like, it's not that big of a deal. But in my opinion, she's not even the best part of the show. The best part of the show is, I believe her name is Hunter. She plays Jules. She's the best part. She's my favorite character she's my favorite person to watch along with, I forgot her name, but she's the one who, she was heavy set and she like changed her whole image to like a sexier punk image, and she was like, had this very big sexual awakening. Her and Cassie, I really like a lot. And I like Maddie. Why is Zendaya's character's name not coming to, why am I forgetting it? Because I watched it so long ago, and because we watched so many TV shows, like, I don't remember characters' names unless it's something I watched yesterday. But anyway, Euphoria is dope this year, and I look forward to season 2 also. I like the direction that the show is going in. Obviously, everybody's talking about how it's filmed and the cinematography and all of that. I don't want to be a broken record, like, talk about everything that everybody always talks about the show, but we know all that stuff already. When They See Us, dope. I should have spoke about these when I first saw them. I don't have the energy to talk about them now because I saw them forever ago and we already know how great they are. Jerome won an Emmy for it, and I think that was the only Emmy the show won because of Chernobyl, which we're going to talk about soon. And sad, the first and fourth episode made me cry, and I love it. And it ends with Frank Ocean serenading Moon River to me, which how could you not love? Next on here I have Power. Power, which is in its final season, or it's the first half of its final season, that premiered this year. And Power was just it's so terrible now. It was really good in the beginning, but it's still so entertaining and I can't look away. It's like seeing a car crash. Like, it's so horrible and brutal and terrible, but you can't look away. Power is so badly written and such awkward situations. Such random characters are just brought into the show and they have no point, and it's just funny to me and it's entertaining to me, and that's part of the reason why I love Power and why I'm gonna watch the next few episodes after Ghost dies, because it's still great. It's great in its terribleness, kind of like Showgirls. Like, it's just like the greatest terrible thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing Power. And this season was just ridiculous. Like, Tasha has this guy come to the daycare randomly every other episode that's like in love with her, and he keeps talking about how he's gonna take care of Ghost. And it's like, you just met Tasha. You're already like head over heels. Why? Like, I don't understand. But I think that's the guy who probably shot Ghost. Like, it's probably one of the people that we don't think it is. Like, it's not one of the, I don't know how many, 10 people that they said. Is it one of these people? Which one of these people killed him? And it's like, is it either Tariq or is somebody we don't know? Not somebody we don't know, but somebody we're not expecting. I think it's Tariq because they're doing a spin-off where Tariq is supposed to be the new Ghost. And if not Tariq, then it's probably Tasha's fake boyfriend that keeps going into the daycare for no goddamn reason. And if it's not him, then it's Ghost's new girlfriend, maybe. I don't fucking know. But it's not Tommy. And it's not Angela's sister. I don't even know why she's an option. It's not her. It's not Sax, the cop. It's just, it's so, he's probably not even dead. Like, whatever. Power is entertaining is all I have to say. Next on here, I have Game of Thrones, which I've already spoken about so many times. Why do I have it written on here twice? Because I spoke about it in the last video. Oh, I don't think I was supposed to, and I just started talking about it. Well, I already spoke about Game of Thrones. I loved it. I love it. It was a disappointing ending, but it's over. So let's just let it be. Jane the Virgin ended this year. It was kind of bland to me because it has such a strong opening, a strong beginning. But shows often that, they often fizzle out. Shows that are either failing or people just don't care anymore. Jane got married. Michael came back. Didn't remember her. Then moved on from her. I'm trying to recollect what I remember because I saw it earlier in the year. Yeah, I always was a Michael shipper. Michael and Jane shipper. I always wanted her to end up with him, but she didn't. She chose Raphael, and it is what it is. I feel like the camera should be a little bit higher. That should be better. That's good. Yeah, Jane the Virgin ended. I just wanted to see how it ended. I didn't really care anymore after a few things happened with certain characters. They just, they wrapped it up like way too quickly. Like they just smushed everything together. They didn't really let it breathe, I feel. They just went from one thing to the next, one conflict to the next, and they just completely wrapped it all up. And the way they killed the villain, it was a long time coming for her to get killed. And then when the way they actually did it, it just didn't seem earned in a way. I don't know. It's kind of like when they killed Cersei. Like the way they killed her was like, that's really how you killed her? Like think about the way they killed other people. Like Joffrey. I keep talking about Game of Thrones, but I can't help it. Like the way you kill certain people that you build up in their villainry, it matters. So next, This Is Us. This Is Us, which is not coming back until January to finish up the season, I think, or February, I don't know. But they're leading towards this direction where they're trying to let us know that the mom now is going to be the one who goes away. Not so much in death like the dad did, but go away in memory because she's losing her memory. And before they really like went out with it, letting us know that this is what's happening, like putting forward like this is like the last episode was like this is the problem now. It's her losing her memory. I kind of figured out that that's what they were gonna go in. But I really like this season, like the first few episodes that started. I really like the kid who plays what's her face? The adopted daughter, the foster daughter, Deja. The kid that plays her new boyfriend, who was also in When They See Us, who's also Samira Wiley's nephew. He looks just like her. I immediately thought of her when I first saw him in When They See Us. But I really like that character in This Is Us. I like him with Deja. And I like the direction that they're going in with the Kate and Toby's son being blind and the whole dynamic that's going on there and how they're going to deal with. I feel like there should be lighter and how they're going to deal with. Yeah, his ailment, his disability, and how they have been dealing with it. Yeah, so This Is Us is another show I watched this year. That at first I was kind of like, I stopped caring after the first few seasons. After they told us how Jack died, I like kind of stopped caring. But now I'm starting to care again because they're actually putting forth good story again that matters to me. Like, I want to know what happens with Deja's mom and Deja's boyfriend. I want to know what's happening with the mom losing her memory. I want to know what's happening with Jack's disability. I actually care now about that. I'm starting to not care about Kevin's story, though. Like, his whole thing was he's, like, got back with his nephew. Not his nephew, his uncle. He, like, reconnected with his nephew his uncle that he didn't know he had. And this other woman, he tried to help her with her family. She was a soldier and also an alcoholic. It's like, I just don't care. I just don't care. And they try to make me care, and I can't care. I just can't. So they need to work on Kevin, because I haven't really cared about what's happening with Kevin in a minute. Like, when he was with Beth's cousin, I didn't care either. Next, we have Empire. Let me tell you something right now. You see this? This is what happens when you go to the salon. I cut my hair and decided to go natural in 2012. And I haven't been to the salon since 2012. And I went August of this year. And they colored my hair. And it's damaged now. Because in 7.5 years, I never let anybody touch my hair. I did it myself. And it was great. And as soon as I let other people touch it, every time I touch my hair, it falls out. You can't see it in the camera. I'm like trying to adjust so you can see it. You can't see it. I'm trying to show you that my hair is falling out. Yeah, every time I touch my head, my hair falls out. What were we talking about? Empire. Empire is on its way out. I have to throw this hair away. I have to. I don't want this in my life. And I don't want it to fall on the carpet. Because I just vacuumed. Oh my God. For the first time in years, I bought a white sweater. And everything shows up on a white sweater. Just don't do it. Don't do it. If you're a natural, don't let other people in your head. And just don't buy white clothes. All of this is because I'm avoiding talking about Empire. Let me just get it over with. It's so soap opera-y. And we know that. We know it's a soap opera. But I watch it for Terrence Howard. I really like Terrence Howard. Not that I like his character Lucius Lyon or anything like that. I just really like Terrence Howard. I like watching him. He's a pretty good actor. He's charming enough where he makes you care about his character. He makes you believe that he is whoever he's playing. Like, I remember I saw him in Get Rich or Die Trying. And he believed that character. I saw him in Prisoners, and he was that. Like, you believed that he was this punk wimp that was terrified that daughter's potential kidnapper. Like, he becomes the characters he plays, and that's what makes him a joy to watch. I like watching him, and I watch Empire for him. Like, I don't watch it for anybody else. I don't even like Taraji's character. Now I feel like it's too bright. I don't like Taraji's character, Cookie. She's very annoying. She's very loud. She's very extra. It's just, I can't relate, and I'm just not interested in watching her. But I like Terrence Howard. He's, of course, beautiful to look at. There's not that much takeaway from Empire. Nobody else is really grabbing me. Nothing is happening in the story that's really like, I gotta come back for this. I really just want to see what Lucius is doing. Like, that's it. I want to see what he's doing. I don't care what Andre is doing. Becky, played by Gabourey Sidibe. I like her. I care for her. I care for Hakeem too, but I don't see him that much. I didn't see him that much this season. But I like Hakeem. That's really all I gotta say about Empire. It's on its way out anyway. It's not that good a show. And there's no Jamal. There's no what's his face? Jussie Smollett. There's no him this season, which I think is smart on their behalf. I said I was gonna talk about Chernobyl after when they see us, but I'm gonna talk about it now. Chernobyl was the best drama show I watched this year. Other than Game of Thrones, other than, the battle episode, other than that, I'm thinking Chernobyl was the greatest drama show that I watched. Very on the edge of my seat. I think it took me like 2 days to complete it. And only because I had to go to work. Like, it wasn't like I watched that shit back to back to back. That was a dope show, Chernobyl. Adult miniseries. Yo, I'm not even touching my hair. That's just falling out. It makes me sad. This is also like a vlog. This is also like an update vlog. I should do these weekly. Next, Temptation Island. Temptation Island I started watching in March. I religiously watch Bill Maher, Real Time with Bill Maher, on YouTube. I don't watch his show, the whole hour show on HBO, but I do watch clips of his show on YouTube because I like that. I don't think I could take a whole hour of him, but I could take I could take a half hour of him every week, a couple times a year. Now I feel like it's too dark. It's because the sun is moving. I'm going to change the ISO. I can't change it while I'm recording. So he mentioned Temptation Island on his show in January or February. So I was like, oh, I have to watch this show because of the way he spoke about it. Like, he was making it seem like, the way he described it was, Temptation Island is a show where attractive people go on an island to hook up with even more attractive people. No, attractive people who are dating attractive people had gone on an island to hook up with even more attractive people. And they cry about breaking up with their attractive people. I don't fucking know what he said, but it was really funny the way he described it. And I was like, okay, I gotta watch this show. And I started watching it in March, the first season. And apparently it's a remake of a show that came on before, back in the day. I don't know. But I watched the first season in March. And I was like, I like this show. So that's like the only reality show I think I watch. So I'm gonna cut off my hair, deadass, because it's falling out. So why the fuck not? Yeah, Temptation Island is actually really good. I feel only to binge watch. It's not like something like I'm coming back every week to see. No. It's good to binge watch for like 2-3 days. And it's definitely like a page turner. Like, you definitely want to see what happens with these people because it's just a lot of crying and a lot of, oh my God, I just met you and I've already fallen in love with you. Like, they're all a Disney goddamn movie or like Twilight where you just like meet someone and you're like, I love you already. Like, how? How though? But all right. I like Temptation Island for that. And the second season started, I want to say October. And I'm almost finished watching it. I don't think it's still going on. I think the last episode is next week. But yeah, this season is really good too. It's not as good as last season because somebody like straight up like fell in love and left. But I don't know what's gonna happen next episode. That might happen again. But Temptation Island, somehow, because I'm not a reality show type person. I used to watch Love and Hip Hop like years ago, but I've been stopped watching that. From like 2015 or something. But yeah, I'm not a reality show person. I don't care for them. I don't watch like the Voices and the American Idols. I don't watch the Kardashian shits. I don't watch Jersey Shores, and I don't watch any of them. I did, however, watch a couple episodes of Jersey Shore when it first came out. But I'm not a religious, like, I'm looking for this. And like, nah. But Temptation Island, yeah, I fucks with it. Not saying it's a great show. I'm saying it's entertaining for what it is. What it is attractive people partying and sleeping together or trying not to sleep with each other because it's Temptation Island. It's people in relationships to see if they will be tempted to cheat on their partners. And I like it. Modern Love. Modern Love reminded me... I remember I like pressured my siblings to watch this because I wanted them to relate to it because I feel like they can. In our age now that we're like all born a certain time, you know, so it's like we're all grown now and we can understand certain things. We have a certain way about us. And I feel like it's established perfectly in Modern Love. Goddamn camera just like stopped recording mid-sentence. The show is basically about a bunch of New Yorkers in their early 30s, like me and my siblings, or me and my sisters, not all my siblings. I got brothers that are in their 20s still, but that are trying to find love in the modern world. But there's also some episodes that show older people, but I'm not really talking about those episodes. I'm talking about the episodes that I really enjoyed, which were the first episode, the second episode, the 7th episode. Yeah, the first 3 episodes and the 7th episode are my favorite ones because those are the ones that most relate to me, my age group, what I've actually encountered. Like the first episode is about a girl who goes on multiple dates and her doorman is like, nah, that's not the one for you. Now, I don't go on multiple dates, but my doorman is like my homeboy. And I think that's the name of the episode where it's like when your doorman is your homeboy or some shit like that. But my doorman is my homeboy, so I related to the first episode. I love the third episode. I love Anne Hathaway. Jesus Christ, man. She's so great. Oh my God, she's so great. I love her in everything. She's so beautiful and talented. It's why isn't she in more shit? I've said this before. Not on video, but I've said this like on Letterboxd. She needs to be in more shit. Like great shit. Like Jake Gyllenhaal shit. Like that level of roles and that complex of roles, because she's so good in the third episode. That third episode finally let me understand what bipolar disorder actually is. I think that's the first time I ever watched something that actually portrayed it perfectly and displayed it in a way for me to understand. Like, oh, that's what it is. Like it's like a complete like trigger, like off switch. Like you just completely just switch to the manic and completely just switch to the depressive. It was just wow. Like, wow. Now I get why they used to call it manic depressive, because it's like you just switch from one to the other, and that's how she played it, and I really believe that, and it really hit home, because even though I'm not bipolar or manic depressive, sometimes we feel that way because we all have social anxiety now. We all have issues with each other because everybody's like this. No one ever looks up at you anymore. And because of social media, like it's hard for us to connect to each other. So I really gravitated to the third episode because of that. And what was the second? Second episode was with homeboy from Skins and Slumdog Millionaire. What was his name? And he was also in Lion. I don't remember his name, but the really, really beautiful, gorgeous, handsome Indian British actor. Yeah, he was, I don't remember his name. But him and Kathleen Keener were in the second episode, and I really enjoyed that episode. And I just felt I feel the realism of Modern Love, the show. It doesn't feel fabricated. Like it, obviously it is. It's based on New York Times articles, but it just seems like that's the shit that would happen in New York. Like I feel like these relationships exist. Like someone who just gets pregnant by some random hookup and then she just decides to be a single mother. Like these things happen. So I really like them. And now that I think of it, it reminds me of a movie that I watched a couple days ago, a Woody Allen movie. It reminds me of a couple Woody Allen movies, obviously, because it's set in New York. But yeah, Modern Love was another great one that I watched this year that I really liked and I enjoyed. And I welcome more stuff like that are based on like written articles on like real life type shit that they turn into a show with actors. This side of my head is more not as frizzy as this side. Why is this side so frizzy? Why is my hair damaged? Why? Okay, Unbelievable is next. Unbelievable stars Caitlin Dever. She was in Booksmart. I like her. She was really good. And what's her face from Marriage Story that plays the sister in Marriage Story, and she was also in Walking Dead. And Toni Collette. Can't forget Toni Collette. I mean, that's whose name I know. Everybody else, I'm like, what's her face in Thing, and what's his name in Thing? But I'm like, Toni Collette. I know that one. Love her. She's in Unbelievable. And I don't think that show is rightfully named. Because was that really unbelievable? Like I said, I feel like we're desensitized where shit could be crazy to other people, where we Americans are just like, this shit ain't that crazy. Like, this is normal shit. Once you watch like Gone Girl and certain movies and have learned about certain things that have happened in this country, whenever you just watch anything, you're just, is this unbelievable though? Is it? Because we're American. Nothing is unbelievable anymore. Like, have you seen that documentary? What was that documentary? With the guy who like raped the little girl, but he also raped the parents. What was the name of that documentary? That's a spoiler if you haven't seen it. Oh man, what is it called? I don't feel like looking anything up right now. Yeah, that was the most disgusting, unbelievable shit I've ever heard about or could ever think about. But this show, Unbelievable, is called Unbelievable, and it's just about a dude that went around raping women, like the same way. Nothing unbelievable about this, but That's what it was called. I really like that show, though. I really, really love that show. That was another thing I watched religiously. I was watching it at work. Like, not just during my lunch break, like, just watching it, like, while I was working. Just, like, on my phone, like watching the show while I was at work. It was that good where I couldn't keep my eyes off it, and I didn't want to not watch it. Loved it. I love What's Her Face, man. Not Toni Collette, the other cop. I really like her. She was in Walking Dead. She's very soft-spoken and calm, and she inspired me to be that way. But yeah, as I get older, I want to be more soft-spoken, like What's Her Face from Unbelievable. I like her. I like Unbelievable. You should watch it. It's definitely worth your time. It's definitely another page turner that'll make you want to watch it over and over and over. Like, watch the next one and the next one and not stop, because you really want to know what happens. It's very investigation based, but it's like Zodiac, where you like watching the investigation, you know? I love Zodiac. Oh, next, Bob Loves Abishola, which is a CBS sitcom. I don't watch sitcoms. Like, I'm not a sitcom person. Like, I like watching dramas. Everything that I've mentioned so far has been a drama or a sketch show. Like, nothing's ever been a comedy or a 30-minute sitcom, because I don't watch them. I don't care for them. I never really did. Even when I was younger, I don't think I watched sitcoms. The only sitcom I watched when I was younger were like all the black shows. Martin, Moesha, Fresh Prince, the Wayans Brothers, the Parkers, One-on-One, Girlfriends. And I don't even consider Girlfriends a sitcom. That was more of a dramedy to me. But it was a sitcom. It was. But wasn't it an hour long? I don't even remember how long it was, but that's what I watched as sitcoms. Like, I never watched Friends. I watched Friends when I was an adult. And it was only because I was off from work for mad long and I needed something to do and it was on Netflix. I didn't watch Seinfeld. I never watched Seinfeld. I have no interest in watching Seinfeld. Not because I don't like Larry David, because I do. I like Curb Your Enthusiasm. I used to watch that with my father. I just don't care to watch Seinfeld. Like, I don't care to watch a bunch of old Jewish people talk about nothing. Unless it's Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. But yeah, I don't care. I don't care for sitcoms. I never have. I remember I watched Mom, the first 3 episodes, and I was like, I can't do this. Not because it wasn't funny. Not because I don't like Allison Janney. I like all these things. I started watching it because of that. But it can't hold my attention. Like, I don't find them interesting. Like, it wasn't bringing me. There was nothing bringing me back to it. Like, I want to see what happens. I'll go back to shows because I want to see what happens. I never cared to see what was going to happen. The only sitcom I watch is Family Guy. Anyway, Bob Loves Abishola is a sitcom that I actually enjoy and that I'm terrified that CBS will cancel, because I don't know how the ratings are. Maybe they're fine, but I don't think they're great. And the subject matter is an overweight, middle-aged white man who, after looking him up, he was in Mindy and Molly? Mike and Molly? He was in Mike and Molly with Melissa whatever. And he falls for his nurse, who is a Nigerian woman who is working in a hospital to, like, provide for her son, but also she's living with her aunt and uncle. So she doesn't really have a social life, really. So everybody's, like, trying to hook her up with somebody, because she's really just in America to work, to provide stability for her son, not so much for herself. At least it doesn't come off that way, because she's living with her family. Like, she's not living by herself, just her and her son. She's living with other people, maybe because she needs them to help her take care of her son anyway. But it just doesn't seem like she's not fully independent to me. Like, I wouldn't consider her fully independent, even though she is a single mother who is working full-time. So that's basically our 2 characters. And the name of the show is Bob Loves Abishola. The white guy, his name is Bob, and the Nigerian woman, her name is Abishola. So the show is called Bob Loves Abishola. So I would assume that it's about him loving her. Like, right? So what's gonna happen? You're gonna have a show where he's chasing after her, or she's trying to figure out who she is and if she wants to be with him, and her social life, as I said, and her romantic life and whatever. So that's what the show is. And I like it. And it has side characters that are really, really funny. And I enjoy seeing them. I like her aunt and uncle. I like her son. I like Bob's family. His mom is really funny. His brother is really funny. I like the guys who work for him. It's really well done sitcom that I'm surprised that I enjoy and that I keep coming back to every week because I don't like sitcoms. As I said before, this video is going to be long. But this is what happens when I don't put out videos all the time. I'm going to start doing this weekly. Just so telling y'all shit that I watch every week. Yeah, so I really love Bob Loves Abishola, and I'm worried about CBS canceling it because that's just what they do. But it's a Lori show. You know Lori? I don't remember his first name, but Lori, he did 2.5 Men. So he has a situation and a relationship with CBS. So maybe they won't cancel it. I hope they don't. I really, really enjoy that show. And this is coming from someone who does not like sitcoms. Next, we have Godfather of Harlem, which I actually was contacted about in February to play an extra when they were filming it in either Queens or Harlem. They asked me to play a junkie. And I actually took off work to play a junkie in that show. And then they called me and said, actually, we have enough junkies. We don't need you. And I was like, all right. So not only did you contact me to play the most degrading character, but now you don't even want me anymore, and I lost a day's pay. You motherfuckers. But yeah, that was my first introduction to Godfather of Harlem in February of this year. And then it started in September. I don't remember when it started, but I started watching it, and I really, really liked it. I watched the first 4 episodes back to back. And then the 5th and 6th episode, I started to like, because my thing is when there's a new show, I'll watch the pilot. And if it grabs me, I'll watch the next one. If it grabs, I'll watch the next one. But as soon as I just stop caring for the characters anymore, or if I don't like where the story is going, or if it's not compelling enough, I won't watch it anymore. And the soundtrack is not enough to keep me. And I haven't seen it since the 6th episode. And I think the 8th or 9th episode is out right now. So I haven't seen it since then. And I don't know if I'm going to go back to it. I'm not saying I won't ever. I might. But as of right now, I don't really care to. That's what I was talking about in the beginning. If I'm not going to... There's too many shows out here for me to be wasting my time watching something I don't care to watch. I'm not just going to watch it because someone else says that you should watch it, or someone else says that you would like it, or someone else says that it's good, or it's going to get good, or it's just really good, whatever. If it's not doing anything to me, if it's not compelling me in any type of way, if it's not affecting me, if I don't care what's going to happen, I'm not going to watch it. And I stopped caring what's going to happen with Forrest Whitaker's character. I forgot his name. Biggs? Bobs? Pops? I forgot his name. Forgot his name. After like the 5th episode, I realized that I was watching it to hear the theme song, and then I just downloaded the soundtrack. And I was like, I don't need to watch this to hear this. To hear Swiss. Open up my window again. I don't need to watch the show to hear that. I have it now. I'm off Godfather of Harlem, and I'm not missing it, so I'm not even mad. Not to say it's not a good show, it probably is. Not to say everybody isn't killing it, because they are. Giancarlo Esposito is killing it. Fuck his name, Vincent D'Onofrio. He's killing it. And his daughter, the actress who plays his daughter, I don't know her name, she's killing it. That's it for who's killing it. Forrest Whitaker ain't really killing it. If he was, then I would want to watch it more, and I just don't. Next, we have Castle Rock, which I finished on December 11th. I wrote that here. Unlike Letterboxd, there's no website that lets you log the TV shows you watch. I wish there was, but there isn't. So that's why I have to do YouTube. Castle Rock this season was really great, which I was surprised because I didn't think it was good. You know what? I fuck with Castle Rock. That's it. That's all I need to say. I didn't expect anything, and they gave me everything this season. It was really great. Dare I say it was better than the first season. And I didn't think it would be, but it was. It was great. I love seeing Tim Robbins again. I love how he does Stephen King shit because he was Andy Dufresne, and he's right back here again playing another character in Stephen King shit. I really, really, really enjoyed the lead character who plays the young version of Kathy Bates' character in Misery. This is what I have to do when I don't remember people's names. But she was in Mean Girls, and Masters of Sex. You know who I'm talking about. This is proof that these actors don't matter. It's just the characters they play. Because in this day and age, do we remember? Do we remember you? We watch too much shit. We can't remember. I don't remember anybody's name. I watch too much shit. Look how long this video is. I don't remember her name. I remember Tim Robbins because I grew up with him. I don't remember her name. It's actually bothering me that I don't remember her name because I love Mean Girls. She plays Janice Ian in Mean Girls. See, I remember her character's name in Mean Girls, but I can't remember this actress's name. I also remember she was in Cloverfield. But I don't remember her name. She killed it, and she should get an Emmy. All of the Somalians in the show killed it. I found out that one of my favorite Somalians, who's also a rapper, executive produced this show, and was a consultant on the show. What the fuck is his name? Kwame? K9. K9. What up, K9? Good job. I like this season better than the first season. Good job, Hulu. Keep it coming. And don't take as... Did it take that long for this season? I feel like it took too long. Sometimes these shows take too long to come back. All my favorite shows take too long to come back. The shows I don't care for come back like that. But the ones that I really want to see don't come back for years. Okay. So Casha Rock was great. Casha. Mixed-ish, which people were saying would get canceled. I hope it doesn't, because I never really liked Blackish. I never really cared. I mean, maybe it's the sitcom thing. I never really cared, but I never watched Blackish. However, Grownish, really love Grownish. That's another show I watched this year that I didn't write here. Forgot to write it here. Let's talk about Grownish as we talk about Mixed-ish, because unlike Blackish, I love Grownish and I love Mixed-ish. So I really hope they stay. It always comes down to the characters. I have to stress characters. I did not care for the characters in Blackish. I love the characters in Grownish and Mixed-ish. And that's why I stay with it. And I actually really love the story of Mixed-ish because it shows the childhood of Bo, Rainbow, played by Tracy Ross's daughter. Tracy Ross, Diana Ross's daughter. Who plays the wife in Blackish? I can't be talking for this long. I don't know how people have podcasts. I guess because they're talking to each other. Because I'm talking about myself. That's why I can't do it. There might be a part 3. I might have to do a part 3 while I talk about the rest of these. Yeah, I might do a part 3. I can't do this anymore. I'll talk about the rest of these in a part 3. I gotta end on Mixed-ish and Grownish. Grownish is great. I love what's-her-face's outfits. Oh my god. The lead character that plays Zoe. Oh my god. Anyway, Zoe's outfits. I love the way she dressed. I love the way she styled her hair. I love the way she talked. I just love that show. I love her narration. And I feel the exact same way about Mixed-ish. I love all of the characters of Mixed-ish. I like the stories and the way they develop and the way they talk about the 80s and they compare it to now. It's really good. And people were saying that they thought that it was going to get canceled, and it still might. But I hope it doesn't, because I really like Mixed-ish. It's really windy outside. But yeah, Grownish and Mixed-ish. Love those two shows. Grownish ended with Zoe contemplating on who she wants to be with again. And that's how the first season ended. Like, do I want to be with Aaron or do I want to be with Luca? Same thing happened at the end of season 2. That back and forth is interesting. But yeah, I'm going to end on Mixed-ish and Grownish. And we're going to have a part 3 because I can't talk anymore. I have to go eat. I woke up today, I had 2 boiled eggs and I didn't eat. I love how this was half vlog, like me talking about my hair and my sweater and TV shows. So yeah, this might be the new format. And I'll talk about what I watched this week as far as everything, TVs and movies. But I'll definitely do a part 3 of what I watched in 2019. And then we'll just continue from there. That's it for me today with my frizzy hair. And I'll see you guys next time. Deuces, triple out.